We have an update to our ongoing discussion on the future Transformers Hot Wheels line of products. We've been talking about this over the past couple of weeks. We've been taking apart listings and everything, and now we got some visuals, we got some case assortments, and we have an idea in a small way how this is all going to roll out. So this comes courtesy of the Chinese message board Weibo, as well as their video streaming services and video posting websites. And some individuals have gotten their hands on the Hot Wheels Transformers products, more specifically by the case, probably coming straight from the factories in Malaysia. So we have a better idea now of how they're going to roll these out. And it's going to start first with the Bumblebee one that we talked about. We saw early leaks of the Bumblebee die-cast 1x64 scale in the wild and everything like that. But now we know how the case assortment's going to work and how we're going to get it. So essentially, according to different Hot Wheels collectors, how it's going to work is there is going to be a case assortment, case number C4982, also known as a K case, which will be, there's multiple different cases. This is going to be the K case for 2024. And this is the case that retailers will get. It'll have 72 cars in it of all different kinds of walks of life for this Hot Wheels wave. 2 of those 72 cars are going to be Bumblebee. Now, you might say to yourself, oh my goodness, only 2 out of the 72? Is that going to make Bumblebee rare? Not really. The fact of the matter is that actually puts them in the common slot, because in these cases, usually they have 2 of every vehicle, and there might be a few 1 per cases, and it's not the Bumblebee. Not to mention, there's also the Hot Wheels collectors that are going out there and they don't care about the Bumblebee. They care about the 1 per cases, and more so they even care about the treasure hunts, which are not 1 per case, but 1 per 10 to 15 cases. So it's something where the Bumblebee will probably be the least of your problems in terms of trying to track them down. And according to my Hot Wheels collectors insiders, they even said here that usually the standard Walmart, usually when an assortment comes out, gets between 10 and 15 cases. So that means the average Walmart will probably have 30 Bumblebees, minimum in some cases. So unless you have a scalper that's going to just buy all 30 of them, you pretty much have a good chance of getting it. And not to mention, there's just so much other stuff in those case assortments that they're going to be gunning for, that the Bumblebee might not be the least of your problems. And in this case, there's also Batman stuff. And we've already seen how the Batman stuff sits on the pegs. The Mario stuff sits on the pegs from Hot Wheels and Mattel. So it's not a big deal. It even ends up in clearance in some areas. So I don't think it'll be too tough to get. But what this does tell us, in this case of 72, Bumblebee is the only Transformer one right now. There is other listings we'll probably see in the future, but for the time being, we just have the Bumblebee that is a repaint of their standard Classics Vokes mold. And it has, it's the yellow, it has the Autobot logo on it. But what's unique to it is on the bottom of the vehicle itself, there's a brand new tooling to it that now it has his trademark Bumblebee Autobot face based off of the animation model, not the toy design. And it has a Hasbro trademark on the bottom instead of it just being Mattel and their trademark. So that's one thing to kind of note how it's different from all the other millions of repaints of Hot Wheels product that exists out there. And it kind of, it channels a little bit what Hasbro did with their die-casts with the RPMs and the Speedstars back in the day, where it had some kind of Transformer shape of the character on the bottom of the vehicle, and they continue this at least with the face, which is a nice touch. The general MSRP for these as of 2020, when Mattel increased the prices in a post-Big V inflation world, they are going to be $1.20. Of course, if you go to Walmart, it's $1.18 because they always like to have that 8 at the end. So about $1.20 this will run you back if you could track them down. And then we have, this is the next one here that we're going to talk about. We got our very first look of the Optimus Prime that's going to be part of the Track Fleet collection. So what is the Track Fleets, if people are wondering? So originally, Hot Wheels had something called the Track Stars Haulers, and what the Track Star Haulers were prior to this was they wanted to be able to make vehicles that were trucks, but also for them to be able to fit on their track play sets so they could zip around on the tracks. Because up to that point, they've always had stuff like super rigs and all the big vehicles that while they were great for towing other stuff and having them on the trailer, they didn't fit inside the track playset. So these kind of shrink down the 1x64 scale accuracy and make it more that it could fit on a track. And so the Track Star Haulers was retired in 2023, and now they have the Track Fleet line, which continues that in 2024, and Optimus Prime will be part of that. The card back assortment hanger number is HYT56. The product code is JFF66 for the Hot Wheels collectors. He's going to be sporting DD8 styled wheels, but otherwise it is a 100% brand new tooling that represents Generation 1 Optimus Prime, and really cool. We don't have a shot of the bottom of the vehicle yet to see if there's a head sculpt that's on the bottom like the Bumblebee, but that's probably going to be the case here. So if you want to get a Optimus that can be put on your Hot Wheels tracks and zip around with Bumblebee, that's what the Track Fleet line is for. From what we could tell, this probably will be the only one at the moment, but we will see what happens. I get a feeling Mattel is probably going to ride this out where you're going to have one Transformer per wave, and that way they don't milk it and something like that. At least that's what I think. So this Optimus here, according to the Walmart stuff, it's going to be $11.98, $11.99, $12 pretty much for the Track Fleet stuff. Some people have been pre-ordering it at $9.99. Some people have been doing it at $13, but Walmart's going to kind of be my foundation for the time being. So in that $12 range for the Optimus here. So that's it, more or less. We do, again, there is other Hot Wheels Transformer related stuff from Mattel. We talked about the skate stuff. We talked about the other collab listings that we saw that are undetermined right now. We have that Mattel Creations Optimus Prime that was teased to us that we know nothing about yet, that's different from this Track Fleet one. That we're going to find out something about it May 21st on a Tuesday, a Transformer Tuesday. So stay tuned for that on the Transformer Slag podcast. The rumor is it's going to be a $100 item, which is wild when we think about it, but we will see what happens with that. But all of this stuff that we talked about more or less is planned to come out in July of 2024. But like we've said, these items break street dates all the time, and for all we know, could be found in your local Walmart right now as we speak, regardless of where you are in the globe. So go check it out if you are a fan of Transformers and diecast, and let me know what you think about all of this. It's Friday. We got the Transformer Slag podcast Saturday night live stream tomorrow, so be sure to stay tuned and check that out tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, and I'll talk to you in the near future.